Hello, and welcome to another edition of Ask the Chiropractor. On today's episode of Ask the Chiropractor, we get asked questions all the time from our patients. People email us, they send us messages about a question they have that they would like a licensed, trained chiropractor to answer for them about chiropractic care. So the point of this whole episode is for you to ask the questions directly to a chiropractor. I am Dr. Brad Hulsebus. I am a doctor of chiropractic. I graduated the Palmer College of Chiropractic. My school where my dad, grandpa's, my uncles, everybody went. I'm also the team chiropractor for the AHL Rockford Ice Hogs, the affiliate of the Chicago Blackhawks. And I have been in practice for just under 20 years already. Literally 19 years and 11 months. So we're just coming up on 20 years here really fast. And one of my pet peeves I have is when people have a question about chiropractic and they don't ask a chiropractor. They ask a family physician or somebody else who really has no training in chiropractic. So the point of this episode, the point of this whole show is to come on here and answer your questions from a licensed chiropractor. And today I get asked a lot of questions about this neck and shoulder tightness. People complain about tightness going from their shoulder, rating up to the side of their neck, up to the back of their head. A lot of times this is described as a pulling or a tightness. It can also be described as maybe like a knuckle from the inside trying to dig its way out, or just an overall dull, achy pain in there, and maybe it hurts to turn your head one way or the other. And often this can also go into your hands and cause problems going into your fingertips. So this is a thing that we see here quite a bit. And where does this come from? What causes this? Well, what causes this is what we call the forward head posture. I'm sure a lot of you have seen pictures all over the internet with the head going forward. There's different studies out there that report different things. Basically what they say is every inch forward your head sticks out, you add 10 pounds of pressure to that area. And so the head gets heavier and heavier and heavier over time. Now, why does the head stick out like that? Why do we go in that forward posture? Well, it has a lot to do with today's lifestyle, especially with this whole COVID thing and working from home. It's made it even worse. Because as soon as we sit down and we use the computer or watch TV or drive a car, we sit down and our shoulders roll forward and our head comes out and we create this forward head posture. Now, what happens is as we get up and we walk around and we leave that, we tend to memorize that posture with our head, shoulders forward and our head forward, our shoulders roll forward, head forward. And we walk around like that. So walking around like that isn't great for you. It does increase the pressure. Like I talked about the 10 pounds every inch forward. But what's even more problematic with this is the fact that we are now in a vulnerable position. We have learned to change our posture, put ourselves in a vulnerable position. Now we go to grab something, bend over to do something, and we have this quick, sharp shooting pain going down our neck and shoulders. So a lot of times someone will say they just went to pick up a bag and now they have this problem. It's not so much that you just picked up the bag and now you have this problem. It's the fact that you had this posture wrong first, and then you pick the bag up. So it's a combination of things. And when you think about the head going forward, what I want you to think about is the average head weight is the same as a bowling ball, right? And if you were to hold a bowling ball nice and square with your arm tucked back underneath you, kind of like the way a waiter or a server would carry a tray out to your table, you have a nice round curve going on. Where if you were to hold a bowling ball in your palm straight out in front of you, you're not going to be able to hold that nearly as long because that extra weight just comes crashing down. And that's what happens in our neck. It comes crashing down on our bottom vertebrae. So those are the ones that innervate your hands and your fingertips. So this forward head posture puts a lot of stress and pull in that area. And a matter of fact, we often talk about how it can change the entire biomechanics of that area, meaning that you start to use your muscles different. You start to add even more stress now. So we start off with this bad posture, all this weight crashing down that we've memorized, and this overloads it and puts so much stress on it, it makes it work twice as hard. But then we also start to roll our shoulders forward. Not only are we putting too much stress in this area, but now we start using the muscles differently. We start increasing the stress by using the muscles differently. And this all is a really, really bad formula. So when we roll our shoulders forward, now the muscles don't work the way they're supposed to. And I tell this to my athletes a lot. When your shoulders are rolled forward, your range of motion is gone in your shoulders. You're not nearly as strong. You can't reach as far or grab as far when you roll forward. So what you have to do is you have to work on pulling them back all the time. When you pull them back all the time, then you increase your range of motion. I would even challenge you right now, if you're not driving, is to just stand up and squeeze your shoulder. First stand with your normal posture, put your arm above your head, then bring it down, and then pull your shoulders back, and then bring your arm above your head, and feel how much higher you can go, and how much looser that feels, and how much stronger that feels like that. So whenever you're like in the gym working out, because exercise is good when it's done right, you always want to visualize every time you pull in that you're squeezing your shoulder blades together as you go, sticking your chest out really big. That way you're not overloading those muscles wrong. I often, talk about this with a table. I put my fist straight out and I barely touch the table. Then I pull my shoulder blades together back behind me and bring my chin in. Then I reach out again. I usually gain about 2 to 3 inches of my reach to show you how much better and different it works. For golfers, if you were to stand up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, count to 10. Well, actually, let me start over. Stand up nice and tall, retract your chin, not looking down, just retract your chin straight back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then try to slide them into your back pockets, like your shoulder blades straight down, and you count to 10. Then you go to grab the golf club. And what happens is now that your shoulders are back where they're supposed to be, the tension's gone, you actually will swing the golf club with a bigger range of motion and faster and more speed and more powerful. And this should help your golf drive tremendously. So I always have my golfers stand up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, back, and pull down. So what have we learned? We learned that this ache and pain comes from constant hunching over, rolling our shoulders forward, our head out. We know the head weight is the same as a bowling ball. So you take all that weight and you pull on that, and then you keep it there. Now, not only that, but now you make these muscles working overtime, holding the head out here, where it's easier to hold the head back. So you stick your head out forward, you increase the workload. You make them work overtime to do nothing. Then you roll your shoulders forward. Now you're using your muscles wrong. We learned that because your range of motion will change. So we end up with a bad posture, overloading the joints, using the muscles wrong, and it all adds up to inflammation, aches, and pains. So what does your chiropractor do to help you with this? Well, the first thing we do is we go in there, we start doing chiropractic adjustments. We free those joints up, we make them move again. Get rid of that fixation that causes all these problems. What's the other thing that we do? A lot of times we'll find muscle areas on you that are tight. We'll tell you how to work those muscles. We'll give you exercises. One of my favorites is just taking a tennis ball, put it against the wall, lean back against that tennis ball and roll around on there and try to work out some of those knots. I mean, obviously a good massage every day is going to be better, but the odds of somebody having a good massage every day are slim to nil. So the tennis ball gets us through until we can get there. Best time to use that, by the way, is right after a shower. There's no bad time, but there's a best time. So the best time is after a shower. Again, there's no bad time, but there's a better time. So use it right after a shower, really work those areas really good. I also like to stand up nice and straight up against the wall, have everything touch the wall, my heels, my hips, my head, my shoulder blades, and my hands, and then 25 great big snow angels with my arms every day to try to train that to stop leaning forward and start pulling back more. If you can do this on the floor as well, as long as you know how to get up off the floor. And then, for me, a lot of people know this. I've had multiple surgeries on this arm. It's really hard for me to get that arm back at first because of all my previous injuries. So what you do is you just sit there and you take deep breaths. And when you exhale, you can get more. That's something that yoga taught us. The more we go back, the more we can do it. So how do we fix this? We get adjustments. We get our chiropractic adjustments. Then the chiropractor will work with you on some soft tissue stuff. The chiropractor will also teach you some exercises and stretches to avoid this. Because in all realistic, we're never going to get rid of chairs. We're never going to get rid of sitting. So we have to change us because we can't change the sitting part. So the chiropractor will teach you exercises and stretches. So go to the chiropractor, get your x-rays taken, and you'll see it out what your posture is doing by the x-rays. Get your chiropractic adjustments. The chiropractor will teach you exercises and stretches and take it from there. If you have any questions about this, or if you'd like to learn more about this, leave us a message below. If you have a different question for Ask the Chiropractor, go ahead and leave a message below as well. We'll get back to you as soon as we can to answer your questions the best we can. Other than that, it's good to talk to you, and we'll talk to you real soon.